Hello, I'm Karen, and I am the owner and operator of Up Level Canine Academy, and we've been operating since 2014. So my love of dogs began when I was a child with our two sets of golden retrievers, Heidi and Hutch, and then Haley and Hogan. Much like most young kids growing up, you don't know of all different career paths except for the main doctors, veterinarians, nurses, lawyers. And for me, I thought, well, I love dogs, I'm gonna become a vet. Well, fast forward several years and I ended up not choosing vet school because I realized the medical side of helping dogs was not at all something my heart could handle, nor that I really desired. So I graduated from University of Wisconsin-Madison with a nursing degree. I was a nurse for 17 years while living in Anchorage, Alaska.
Hey.
While living there, I bought my first two German Shepherds, and the second German Shepherd is what led me down the path of becoming a dog trainer. I did all the research, purchased the two dogs from a well-known breeder, spent a lot of money, and then read some books that were suggested, some stuff online, and thought, okay, I paid my dues, I'm gonna have a really good dog. As long as I exercise them and I love them and give them a lot of time and attention, they would be great dogs. Well, no, Shanty showed me otherwise. So it didn't matter how many hikes we did, I just created a beast. We went faster, harder, longer, steeper. She became increasingly aggressive on leash, and then she became aggressive off leash. And it was only at dogs, not people, thankfully, but still a giant problem living in Anchorage because everybody hikes their dogs off leash. So we slowly became more and more isolated. We would try and find different places where we could walk without dogs, and eventually our world became very small. And I couldn't hike with friends, couldn't take my dogs places, didn't want to leave one at home. We went to a few dog training classes, and we were given a bandana and placed in the corner, which didn't really help anything. Got a prong collar, did some different random techniques that I found on YouTube, talked to my breeder. He took her back for 3 weeks and then brought her back to me. He did training, came back, dropped her off, said she was good to go. And 2 weeks later, she wasn't good to go and she was doing the same behaviors. He didn't know how to help me, and I just felt powerless and frustrated. And knowing that I purchased her and I loved her and she's good with people, I didn't want to give her up, and that was the only thing. Drop her off at a rescue, a shelter, and none of those options resonated with me, and I felt it was my responsibility to do right by her. So I looked at a variety of online schools and decided on choosing Top Tier Canine in St. Louis, Missouri. I was their first student. The dog training school took about 1.5 years to complete. I ended up starting my business out of my townhome, and I gave up my coveted ICU day nurse position and went to nights and worked my 3 night shifts, and then began board and trains out of my townhome on the 4 days that I had off from the hospital. And that's kind of the beginning of Up Level Canine. My goal of starting Up Level Canine originated by wanting people to not be in the place and shoes that I was in over 10 years ago. I was isolated, frustrated, felt at a loss, didn't know who to turn to, this trainer versus that trainer, this method versus that method. And my strength as a nurse working with people, I felt would be a perfect transition with dog training. Most dog trainers that I've worked with are phenomenal with dogs, but not always great with people. So I wanted to be able to give the real experience as a dog owner in the same shoes that most people reach out to me in, and say, I know where you started because I started there too, and be able to share and empathize and together kind of curate a dog training program that works with their lifestyle and understand better why the dog's doing what they're doing. If you don't understand the why, then you're just simply going blindly forward, trusting a process and what happens if there's a dead end to that. So if I can share all of the knowledge over the last near 10 years of my dog training experience, explain from my background why the dog is doing what they're doing, and share that with the owner, and then say, hey, you came to me with a problem of the dog, but I try to flip it and change that perspective and say, the symptom of the dog bothers you. The problem actually bothers the dog.
So with her, I started with fear recalls because she constantly wants to escape me. She wants to go wherever I'm not. So then the key would be to bring her to me, and that's what I'm going to work first.
If we can get to the heart of why the dog is lunging on the leash, why the dog is counter surfing, why the dog is chasing shadows, why the dog is hunkered down and won't come out and like to meet new people, even if they have food or whatever it be. If I can explain that, then you can better help your dog and understand, and you can get creative because there's so many ways to help dogs. It's not just one right way, but I give you a system that I've formulated from many of my mentors that I know works, that I've been working with several dogs, breeds, ages, and sizes, and say, hey, this is what I've learned, and trust me, and this is why you can trust me, and I can share my experience personally, and then also my professional experience. Then hopefully at the end of the training program, not only does the dog have more confidence and clarity, but also you as owners have a better understanding of why and what you need to do on your end, because the dog needs to change, but so do owners. When most people call me, they want basic obedience and thinking that's going to solve complex behavior issues, whether that be aggression, whether that be fear, anxiety, overexcitability, whatever it be. What I tell all my clients is my program is very in-depth and involved. We start with a language, which is the obedience commands. And at that point, that's our starting point. Now you're just speaking the same language in the same country with your dog. Then we work on mindset. So that's my motto. We start with the language and end with the mindset. So with obedience, we then create rules and boundaries of what your dog can or cannot do. And the only way we can do that is by showing them. So over the course of several weeks, depending on which program you choose, based on when we chat, we start with the language, which involves anywhere from 200 to 1,200 repetitions. And then we have to generalize that to, science says 4 to 8 locations. In my experience, over the past 10 years, it's anywhere from 10 to 15 plus locations and scenarios for the dog to understand time and place. And when I say that, that means I want you to be able to have people over and have your dog out enjoying other people, even if other people don't enjoy them, but people enjoy having a dog that's well behaved. It's nothing magical. It's just time, consistency, predictability, and just showing the dogs fairly and humanely what we want of them. So we go on outings all over Door County. I have a van that's air conditioned and heated for all seasons, teaching the dogs how to travel in the van amongst many other dogs and situations and noises. We go to restaurants. If you could take your dog everywhere, what would that look like? Or what's your ideal dog? So that's what we do. We get a picture of what's your ideal dog, and then we figure out a plan and program, and we show that dog how to become that ideal dog for your lifestyle. And most people call thinking it's the dog. I'm gonna drop the dog off for however many weeks, and then I'm gonna spend X amount of dollars and boom, it's done. I wish that was the case. However, I probably wouldn't be in business because I would have taken that pill or that program and been done. The dog is one part of the problem. The other part of the problem are the owners. And I hate to say problem, but we're each responsible. A lot of people love their dogs. They don't know what they don't know. So now I show them, okay, you came to me because of a symptom that bothered you, but the problem bothers the dog. So we have to get to the root of the problem, figure that out, And then those symptoms go away. And oftentimes just having clarity, predictability, and understanding of rules and what the owners want, a lot of these behaviors kind of fall to the wayside during the program. I do have clients come in, and it depends on the program length, but you would come in for 2-hour private lessons, depending on which program. That's gonna vary how many different private lessons. And then I teach you, and I have a client portal where you can watch at your own pace and time and speed, instructional videos, videos that are paired with each private lesson, and then a home preparation video, along with detailed paperwork, handouts that I give you throughout the training program. I also include progress videos and pictures while your dog is staying with us.
Fun. She kind of puts her hooks on and just sits. Charlie, here. Good. Lucy, come. Good girl. Yes.
Between personal, texting of videos and emailing videos, and then updating daily stories on my social media, you can see how your dog's progressing along the way, see how the class is progressing, and part of it's to see how the dog's doing, and then the other part is also educational and instructional for you to learn. By the end of your dog's training, it's important to understand that your dog is with me for that entire time. However, the access to the client portal, instructional videos, and private lesson videos to pair with the in-person private lessons, the handouts, the 90-day transition plan for home, and the home preparation video. You have all this access the entire time your dog is with me, and to write questions down. I'm very available during the lessons and between lessons to ask questions, so that all of my program is not only your dog is prepared to go home and be ready to experience a variety of scenarios with you, but also you're feeling confident. It's not like you get home and, oh no, it's like walking in with a newborn baby. And you still may feel that trepidation. However, you'll go, oh yeah, I watched that video. I can go back to this chapter and let me look at the outline that Karen laid out in her handout for the 90-day transition plan at home. Let's just keep that simple and follow along. So hopefully you guys are all prepared at the end, and if not, I'm very available by texting, phone calls, emails. I put my heart and soul into this. I know your dog has put their time and everything into their training program. So I want to make sure that this last portion is the utmost important portion of success. My goal by the end of this training program is that both you and your dog have a better understanding of each other, essentially through this language that we've created. And the time that we've put in with your dog, and the time that we've put in with you, and the time you've put in self-learning at home through our client portal and videos and social media, and that you have a more enriched life together because you've built this bond through learning each other and putting time in and being present